Hey everybody, it's Gypsy. So today I'm going to do my recovery update for my fractured tibia plateau in cheddar tibia. I am almost at 7 months. Pretty close. It's either this week or next week. I can't remember which one it is. It gets, kind of complicated. But anyways, last time I did an update, I told you guys that I had a doctor's appointment. Um, well, I ended up waking up sick, and I couldn't get to the doctor, especially since where my doctor is located is clear on the west side of Cleveland. I'm on the far east side. I don't even live in the same county as Cleveland, so it's quite a hike. And I was going to reschedule, and I still haven't. I think part of the problem is I'm doing so good, I don't feel the need to go, and I probably should, but I haven't. Shh, nobody. I think my man just totally forgot he was going to take me, and he just has a bunch, and I think he forgot, and my son doesn't know he's the worst one. So. Anyways, he just be quiet about it. So here's where I'm at now. I'm walking. Yes. I am doing, well, most everything I used to. Now, as you can see, I've got a cane. I use this when I'm going a distance. Now, my definition of a distance is different than what it used to be. Last night, I can actually carry my own food out of the kitchen. I don't have to have somebody do it for me anymore. I was putting the food out on the table, and I had my son and daughter-in-law take out the bigger, heavier dishes. I had a smaller one of corn, and so I left my cane in the kitchen. And I walked out the kitchen, around, and into the dining room, and with this dish in my two hands, and I brought it to the table and put it on the table. I couldn't believe it. But I do have a very bad limp. And, all right, that distance from the kitchen to the table, to me, is a long distance. Now, if I'm going to go, like, from the living room into the back room or outside, I take this with me. I'm still having some pain. It still hurts. Not like it used to. The swelling, it's still there. My leg is huge. Not as huge as it used to be, but it still looks huge. You can tell it's still swollen all the way down to my foot. My foot is swollen. I do wear orthopedic shoes now. I probably should have been wearing them before this accident because of my hip. Because I was born with a dislocated hip. But I'm doing great. Yesterday, I went to the grocery store and did a small shopping trip all on my own. That was a first. I've gone into small shops, but not like a grocery store, so I did that for the first time. I am obviously driving. I bring my cane, and like when I get a shopping cart, it's so easy to walk like it. It's almost like using a walker. I just push. I put my cane in my cart, and I shop. I still get tired easy though. My leg wears out, gets tired. But I'm going all over the place, driving. I'm doing gardening to an extent. I have been doing a lot of work outside. What I cannot do is go back to using the big girl shovel. The big shovel where you have to push with your foot and turn I cannot do that. I'm not allowed to do that. I don't even think I'm capable right now. I have my little trowel, and if I'm planting something small, I could do that. So I can dig like little holes. Yeah, I just bought a plant that's going to require a big shovel, so I have to have either my son or my daughter-in-law dig the hole for me. I'm trying to think of the things I cannot do. I cannot kneel down on anything hard. Like, I cannot kneel on the ground. I cannot get on the ground at all. When I first got hurt, they said you were to do no gardening for at least a year. I have to wait until I hit that year mark and see how I'm feeling, but right now, absolutely not. I cannot prepare soil. I cannot get down on the ground. I don't know if I'll be able to get back up if I get on the ground. But, so I kind of like bend over and get my little pruners out and do my pruning, and my deadheading by bending over, but not bending my knees. I can bend my knees pretty good amount, but not all the way down. I can't. Let's see. So if I was told the only way I can kneel is if like it's on something soft, like say I'm making the bed, I have to kneel on the bed. That's okay. On a couch cushion, I could do that. But I cannot kneel on the floor or the ground. I guess that would be a huge, huge mistake. Steps. I can do one flight of steps now. Going up is much easier. I could go up at a normal pace, I think. Coming down is very slow. It takes me a long time. It's much more difficult. The way my physical therapist taught me to go up and down steps, I'm not like doing foot over foot. I'm doing one, like a little kid. So when I'm going up, I'm to put, she says, always remember, up, good leg, down, bad leg. So going up, I'm putting my good leg first. Going down, I have to put my bad leg. Coming out the door yesterday, I accidentally was stepping out the door to come outside, and I accidentally put my good leg down first, and let me tell you, the pain in my knee was excruciating. It was like too much of a bend with my good leg going down, so now I see why you do it that way. It hurt like hell. Trying to think of other things I cannot do. I would not do more than one flight of steps. My son and daughter-in-law just bought an old house built in the 1800s, and it was turned into a rental property. It has 3 units, one on each floor. And my son and daughter-in-law and my man, they work on redoing the top floor, the 3rd floor. My son said, "Mom, you can't come." He says, "It is literally 4 flights of very steep steps. We don't want you doing this." I said, "Honey, I don't want to do it. I'm not taking that chance." So I was at the nursing home. My mother has dementia, and I was telling her about the new house. And she goes, even with dementia, and this is a recent thing, usually it's the recent memories she has trouble holding on to. This one she always holds on to. She says, "Don't you dare go up those 4 flights of steps. You go up those 4 flights of steps and you're going to be right back to the beginning. You're going to be right back where you started from." I said, "Mom, I'm not doing it. Don't worry." It's nice, though, because they go the last 2 weeks. This is the last day. They've been going every day, and I have the house to myself, which is always nice. But yeah, I feel great. I'm walking around the yard. I can now, I have that very bad limp. If I have my cane, you don't notice limp. If I walk without my cane, you notice it. So in public, I think I would take my cane just to avoid people seeing how bad my limp is. But, I'll walk around the yard and, do my plant identification and whatever with my cane, and I could go at a decent amount of speed. I'm not running. I'm just walking normal, at a normal speed. I just realized that yesterday, I think. Yeah, I cannot run. Running is out of the question. In fact, I don't even know last time I ran, 59, we'll be 60 next year. I haven't run in a long time, so running I don't do. I think that's about it. I'm honestly, I'm feeling great now. I feel good. Still a little pain. That swelling, I think the swelling is the biggest problem. I think once that swelling goes down, and I was told it's going to take a very long time. I mean, like a year. My brother, last spring, not spring of 23, spring of 22, he had a small little wreck with his motorcycle, and it fell on his ankle, and he broke his ankle. This was like April or May of 22. He said the swelling didn't go down until December or January. He told me, he goes, "Don't expect that leg to go down and swelling for a long time. But once it does, then I think the limp will go away, or most of it, and I'll have my range of motion, I really feel, is stopped by the swelling. And then, of course, all the weight I'm getting from being stuck in a wheelchair or using a walker, not being able to be active. I gained a lot of weight. I'm working on taking that off. I was just telling my cousin this morning, she checked in with me to see how I was doing. I'm like, I'm doing great. I'm walking with cane. I have limp, but I'm doing great. Now I'm working on getting the weight off. That's hard because there's a lot of, like, I've been doing some exercise and I have to be careful. I can't do every exercise in my midsection. I found a chair once, so that works. But I feel good. I'm doing good. I'm getting around. I mean, I think that's what I really needed, was to be able, especially on my own, to go out. Just, I'm looking for a car because these past 2 weeks, we had one car for the four of us. I went to the store yesterday. I come home only to find out my son needed to meet up with a friend. Like, it was the time I came home. I'm like, well, you should have told me. So, yeah, I mean, getting out and doing things has really helped my mood, and I really feel it's also helped my healing process speed up. So that is where I'm at now at 7 months post-op. Feeling good. Who knows? Next time I do an update, maybe the swelling will be down more, and I'll be able to bend my knee and do more stuff. I think my updates are getting slower now because there's not these big, huge steps. So I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.